Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go over here, I'm gonna jump, and when I land, this boat is going to be unveiled for you guys to see the brand new color. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Y'all, I am excited today for a multitude of reasons. First off, because we get to pick up my brand new Skeeter FXR bass boat, a glorious time of every single year. And the second reason why I am pumped for today's episode is because I get to start off by doing some good old East Texas pond fishing. I'm out here today on a property with some of my buddies from a church out here in East Texas that I did a ministry event at with Ronnie Moore from Bassmaster. And so we're just gonna go pond fishing. I got two good sized ponds out here. I'd say this one's probably, I don't know, 6 acres or so. The other one's about the same. We already have one bass caught by my friend Brandon over there, and we're just gonna get to bass catching. I'm gonna start by throwing a thunder cricket, then we're gonna throw an Alabama rig, and if we need to, we'll drop down with a drop shot or a shaky head. I don't think we're going to need to today. And actually, now that I think about it, I kind of want to throw the A rig first. The Alabama rig is not usually my first choice at a pond, but if the bass are eating moving lures, I kind of want to see if I can catch them on a slightly larger sized moving lure. So I think this could actually be an efficient pond lure as long as I keep it high enough in the column. I'm done talking. You're sick of me talking. Let's catch some fish. Now, if you are a frequent viewer of the channel, you might be wondering, Tyler, why is this not a 100 ponds episode? This is a brand new pond. Well, it could have been, but I decided, you know what? Since I already do so many 100 ponds videos, I might as well just do one and mix it together with some other content. But if you do want to see tons of other pond videos, I realized I wasn't standing centered there. If you want to see tons of other pond videos, I'll leave that pond series I'm doing up in the top corner over here, over there. Ugh. Okay, so what's going on is that my friends have now caught 5 to my 0, which makes me think the Alabama rig is not the way to go, but all their fish have been small, under 2 pounds. So, you know what, I'm kind of feeling like going for the giants today. Is that a fish? Is that a fish? It's either a fish or it's a stick. And oh, it's a fish! Man, that fish was not fighting very hard, y'all. It was fighting like a leaf. Had me confused, but hey, that's one fish right there on the A-rig. Not a giant, less than 2 pounds, but he's got some potential for growth. Not a 0, hey! You love to see it. That situation right there is kind of the hallmark of this time of the year. You know, late fall, winter, early spring fishing. Not a whole lot of like thumps, you know? Not a whole lot of really hard bites. Really characterized by, is that a fish? I don't know. But you know what a wise wizard once told me? Hook sets are free. Oh. And usually they're free unless you get stuck and lose your lure. Let's keep it moving. Gosh! Holy cow! Hey, grande! Hey, grande! There we go. That's why I stuck with the big lure, because I wanted the big fish. I didn't want the small one. I wanted the big one. I wanted the big one, and ask and you shall receive. Come on, bring it in. You got a face full of hooks. You're not going anywhere, buddy. You're not going anywhere. Yes, sir. Eyo, big chungus. That right there is why you go with the big lure, the unconventional one. Especially this time of the year. You know, if you just want to go and catch fish in the springtime, throw yourself a wacky rig worm or a Texas rig. But if you want to guarantee yourself some big ones, I wouldn't say guarantee. But if you want to do your best to try to guarantee yourself a shot at a big fish, you're going to want to throw unconventional big lures. Absolutely beautiful fish right there. Probably, let's go with 4.5 pounder right here in East Texas. Gorgeous. Let's let her go. All right there, folks, what you like to see. I give that fish an A++. The fact that the biggest fish that I've seen get caught today, though, is on the windy bank as opposed to the calm bank over there. Because if this wind has been going, you know, this direction more than, you know, an hour, it has moved a lot of the ecosystem to this side of the pond over here. And big fish are gonna take advantage of that. If all the bait fish is on one side, they're gonna wanna be on that side. And the stronger wind you have, the more it exaggerates that. So if the wind is really, really light, you're still gonna have fish spread out all over the place. But if you got a heavier wind and a growing wind pushing towards just one side of your pond or lake, it's probably worth it that you spend more time on the windy side. That's just bass fishing 101 right there. Those right there are some tips, 100% free of charge. So before we pick up the drop shot, I'm actually gonna go with the vibrating jig down to the very far end of the pond where it's pretty dang shallow, but buddy Brandon thinks we can catch some. Hop in. Man, living in Texas is fun because I get to pond hop around in a truck. There's one. There's one. Oh, in a little ditch out there. It goes shallow on a point and then it gets deep for a second, and this fish ate it right in that ditch. Let's go. Not a bad one either. Not a bad one. Give him an old water ski and the old flip. Heck yeah. A nice chunky, you know, 1 3/4, 2 pound fish. That's what you like to see. Beautiful colors too on that one. Awesome. Gotta give him a little heave to get back in there. I say we head to the mud pond. Back to the Alabama rig, and we are at pond number 2 now. This one, like I told you guys, is vastly different than pond 1. This is what they call the mud pond because as you can see, it's mud. I don't think it has any cover or any structure. It's just wide open water, but they say it's got big hungry bass. The mag draft, the old swim bait here, it allows me to have a little bit slower of a retrieve. The A-rig, if I'm gonna keep it, you know, off the bottom, I've got to reel it fast. So I'm gonna go with the swim bait here. He's already caught 3 fish over there by this point on a wacky rig. But I don't feel like fishing a wacky rig, folks, because I live in America. I'm a free man. But maybe, just maybe, we can find a clump of fish to then throw the drop shot to. There's one on the drop shot. Not a bad one. Not a bad one. And hopefully we'll get this fish in here and we'll get ourselves right back in there because that one didn't even give it time to move. I pulled up and he was there. So it's possible there's more with him. We love ourselves a little drop shot winter bass. Beautiful. Didn't hardly fight because he is cold as heck. I mean, his body is cold, but a chunky fish. Thank you, friend. If y'all want to see an instructional video about this exact lure right here, I will leave that one linked in the video description as well. I talk about this kind of exact situation where it feels warm outside, you think the fish should be biting on reaction lures, and they're not because the water is actually cold from previous weather. So you cannot always, you know, judge what lures the fish are going to bite by today's weather. You got to judge by what the weather has been and what the water temperature is. And I knew they wouldn't bite the vibrating jig, so I shouldn't have thrown it. Should have just came to the deeper area and soaked a drop shot nice and slow. Oh gosh. There's one. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go, baby. 2 fish from this little pot of fish. He is swimming towards me. I gotta keep up. Come on, come on. Not a big one. Not a big one, but a nice one. And he's got it choked. Ugh. Got the hook way down there. Look at that thing, folks. Bada bing, bada boom. Fish number 5 for today. The drop shot worm that I'm throwing here is the Strike King finesse worm, just the general, I think 4.5-inch finesse worm they have. The package is right there. Mr. KVD on the package, as he should be. He's the king. What I like to do with the drop shot is take my phone out. I will oftentimes get bites when I'm not paying attention. Dang it. Oh gosh, man. And see, that's what happens, is I get a bite when my phone is out and I can't get a good hook set. For the drop shot. There we go. Gosh. Oh, that one hit it like 4 times. And every time I pull up to, you know, set the hook, the fish would be gone. But he's back. And he's a little squirt. Thank you, friend. But where's your mother? Here's one. There we go. And that one is a very small one. My goodness. You are not the mother. In this cast here, whether I catch one or not. Oh, was that a fish? Oh yeah, that's a fish. There we go. There we go. Now can you catch one on your last cast? Of course you can't. So after I get this one in, water ski it. Yeehaw. We're gonna have to make one more cast. Oh gosh. There's one. No, little dinker stinker. You gotta just water ski in these small ones. Boom. Kablunk. A bass. A bass. We're talking about lunch plans, y'all. And you know what? I think with this fish, we're gonna go grab some lunch. We're gonna stop planning and we're gonna execute. Because it doesn't seem like the big ones want to eat today. We still like you little guys though. Just not as much. We will see you guys for the reason you clicked on this video, which is the Skeeter Boats Factory. All right, so here's the deal. We are here at the factory to pick up my brand new Skeeter bass boat, but you know, there's paperwork to do and numbers and lines to sign, and nobody wants to see all that. So we're gonna head inside. We'll see you guys when we get the boat. And she is going down. Alrighty, first time to hitch it, ever. And you cannot forget all the important safety straps and chains and things. Now, if y'all have been around the channel for any amount of time, you know that I work with Skeeter boats. I've worked with them for going on, I think this is my 4th boat with them, so it has to be whatever, 4 or 5 years at this point that I've worked with them. That's bad math. 4 years. 4 boats, 4 years. This is my 4th year with Skeeter, and it has been an absolute blast. They are an incredible boat company to work with. Of course, me being from Texas, Skeeter runs in my blood. The first bass boat my dad ever bought for our family was a Skeeter. It's the same boat that we still have in the family today. That is Pearl, a 2000 ZX202. My first boat with Skeeter from the factory here was a what was it, an FX20, and then I've had 2 FXR21s since then. This is my 3rd FXR21. Fantastic bass boat. I mean, like, the best riding boat out there. It is slick as all get out, and I'm telling you guys, this might be the prettiest boat I have had yet. But as y'all can see here, they actually come from the factory here, you know, to protect it from the road travel and such. They come wrapped in a plastic cover, but of course, nobody wants to see a plastic boat. Nobody wants to see a white boat. You want to see a beautiful colored boat, and of course, I'm sure you're wondering, Tyler, what color did you get? What accessories did you get? Are you ready to go on the water? Not quite. We got some work to do, but first, let's take this cover off. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to go over here, I'm gonna jump, and when I land, this boat is going to be unveiled for you guys to see the brand new color. Y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Boom, baby! Look at this thing. Look at how beautiful it is. Now from this sun angle right here, it might look like it's a blue. What it really is, I'll show you guys a better picture of it here in a second. It is all black everything. We've got black rims, a black boat, a black trailer to match, black seats, and of course, a brand new black Yamaha SHO250, the brand spanking new one that just came out. So everything we have grown to know and love about a Skeeter in terms of the FXR is basically the same. The console, maybe slightly redesigned, but it's almost exactly the same. Same exact gauges, same buttons here. As always, the boat comes with a nice pack of bath salts, or whatever these are. The front deck is as big and as spacious as ever. I can't wait to make videos on this front deck. I got it installed with the TH Marine locker bar here, and really everything else on the boat is standard with the exception of one key upgrade that I've been asking for Skeeter to do for a long time, and that is to get the dang carpet out from the bottom of the boat and put in SeaDeck. They finally did it. That is right, boys and girls, no more wet and soggy boats after it rains. This thing is gonna dry out even faster, and I cannot wait to get this thing on the water. I'm pumped, but of course, the biggest thing that's brand new with this boat, I mean, I guess the SeaDeck is a big deal, but the other thing that's a huge deal is going to be the brand new SHO VMAX by Yamaha. As y'all can see, look at how slick that new engine is. That is awesome. Now, not a whole lot changed when it comes to the actual like internals and how the motor operates, but they did add a few cool new features, including way better battery charging. So I think coming off of the alternator when you're running, it charges your batteries like 40% faster. So I'm excited to finally have, I mean, I've really never had battery problems, but especially now, I'm never gonna have a battery issue. And I hope you guys always get the impression, you know, it's my goal to give off that I'm so grateful to be working with Skeeter. I consider it an incredible opportunity that I never wanna put to waste, because they are one of the world's biggest industry companies. I mean, they're owned by Yamaha, which is like the biggest fishing industry company worldwide. And the fact that they trust me and they believe in what I do as a brand, teaching you guys how to fish, having a Skeeter makes my job so easy for you guys. Now, of course, I loved the fact that in this video, I got to show you guys the two ways that I catch fish primarily, from the bank and from the boat like I'm picking up today. The bank stuff's not going away, and the boat content is not going away either. I wanna make sure my channel is a resource for all you guys as bass anglers out there. But I say we get this thing on the road. The next video that I put out, or the one after this, will be the process of putting all my electronics, my fish finders, my charger, my batteries into this boat so it is ready to go on the water, because right now, it's got an engine, but it ain't got no batteries. It does have a trolling motor. Yesterday I heard it didn't have a trolling motor, so at least we have that going for us. It has no tackle in it. It's got no rods and reels. It's still got stickers on everything. Let's rip that stuff off and get on the road. My name's Tyler. If you guys are not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. My goal is to help you guys become better bass anglers and entertain you along the way. If you've been entertained, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you next time right here on TRF.